All right, some of the thinking errors that the textbook describes in this chapter. First of all, what are thinking errors? They are mistakes in judgment and reasoning, such as logical errors and or other failures to think critically. This could be not following the rules of logic, misunderstanding probability, that's a big one. There's lots of thinking errors, and we will cover a few in each chapter. Thinking errors can lead to psychological misconceptions. These are common sense, mistaken ideas about behavior and mental processes that have not been supported by research in psychology. The example earlier about the moon affecting behavior is a really good example. Related to this, the failure to think critically about scientific questions can lead a person to believe in pseudoscience claims. Pseudoscience is false science. Its claims are not supported by good scientific research, but it pretends to be true science. When I was young, I was kind of bad about this. I believed in things that did not have a lot of evidence behind them. But a couple things happened, at least for me. One, the internet became more prevalent. And so now you can research things pretty easily on your own. And you can research well as long as you use high quality sources. There's a lot of really bad quality sources out there too. But there are good high quality sources that you can find on the internet. The second thing that happened for me personally was I went to college and then I went to grad school where I was trained to think like a scientist, which is critical thinking. An example the book gives for pseudoscience is astrology. And so not thinking critically can lead to belief in superstitions, conspiracy theories, urban legends, paranormal stuff like channeling. On superstitions, the precise definition for that is beliefs that are inconsistent with what is known about science. They're often supernatural beliefs about objects or entities that bring good luck or bad luck or misfortune, things that are not supported by science. Belief in this kind of stuff reveals a couple things. One, that you have deficiencies in critical thinking, and two, that you need to improve your critical thinking. The research has shown that college students are not great at critical thinking. They're not as proficient as we would like for them to be. Their reasoning skills, their logic skills. And it shows that a college education might improve CT somewhat, and though this improvement is significant, maybe not as substantial as we would like. And it also looks like it is probably going down. Critical thinking is going down. The point of all this is that we need to be doing better to promote critical thinking skills. One, taking classes like this, but even before this, if you think back to your education, maybe in middle school and in high school, it was probably a lot of multiple choice tests. It wasn't a lot of critical thinking. It was definitely driven by, you have to do well on this test so that we can get funding for it from the state. So, something to think about. On the next slide, we'll talk a little bit about what it does take to think critically.